My name is Abiola Afolayan, and I'm the director in the Policy and Research Institute at Bread for the World. Bread for the World is a faith-based organization in Washington, D.C. We have about 300,000 members across all congressional districts, and what this means is that our membership is very critical for electing members of Congress who care about social good and public goods. I'm so delighted to be at this session on the G20 summit convened by the Catholic groups here in South Africa, as well as in partnership with the University of Cape Town. I just moderated a panel on debt and its impact on Africa. Learned a lot, was very inspired. Some of the key takeaways is that we really need an African solution to this issue of debt. Primarily, there are most systems in place. There are resources to really make sure that Africa is not in debt, as we heard from one of the panelists. And I also really appreciated the perspective around making sure that the debt infrastructures that are being created in the global north are taking into account the fact that African countries, Africa in general, is seen as a risk context, and how this narrative really needs to be changed. That Africa is not a risky place to invest. We all know that Africa's population is going to grow to about 2.5 billion people in 2050. So every fourth person, 25% of the world's population is actually going to be from the continent of Africa, which means that Africa is going to carry a lot of power when it comes to the global GDP, which is why I am glad that the African Union is part of the G20. We know that the African Union just became part of the G20 in 2023. And the South African leadership as the current chair of the G20 is also very encouraging. We've seen South Africa really exercise a lot of leadership, first and foremost, by being at this convention. We heard from a representative from the South African government about the importance of passing on the baton and making sure that these demands are put forward in the G20 convenings that will be happening later on this year. And so I am encouraged, to be honest with you, about some of the Africa-focused solutions, very practical solutions that were proposed in the session, as well as the external solutions that were proposed, which is the need for fiscal space when it comes to debt and debt relief, and the fact that at the end of the day, African governments need to be investing in social programs, so health, education for children, school feeding, infrastructure that really helps to build the Africa that we want to see, to build an Africa that not only makes Africa thrive, but also makes Africa a giant in the world trade. So really excited and grateful to Father Charlie for enabling me to be part of this conversation, and looking forward to seeing everyone in Johannesburg as we take forward some of these proposals and make sure that we see them to be completed and brought to life.